Okay guys, here's a video that we really want to react to, okay? Elon Musk wants free speech. Caitlyn Jenner on Elon Musk and Twitter. Let's go guys. Piers Morgan Uncensored.
Well, my first guest tonight is a passionate advocate for free speech. And she also knows more than most about what it's like to be trolled online.
Elon Musk.
I'd love to say that Caitlyn Jenner joins me now.
What the fuck? Caitlyn Jenner is not, fuck's sake, she's not for free speech. I was sure I was going to say Elon Musk first.
Oh, I think from Hollywood. Caitlyn, how are you?
You know what, Pierce, I'm doing just fine. Actually, very excited to see what's going to happen to social media now that Elon Musk is in control of Twitter.
Why?
I think it's going to be very interesting in the future. Actually, if I could, and this is going to take a little while for social media to kind of get used to this, the Elon Musk here. It's kind of almost like when Live Golf came in to the golf world, the PGA kind of had a monopoly going here. Well, social media has had a monopoly on, you know, the far left. And,
that's true.
And finally, Elon Musk came in and he wants a free speech platform.
Okay, so I'm gonna give Caitlyn Jenner the benefit of the doubt here now, because I was sure that Caitlyn was going to like come down hard on Musk, and I still think that Caitlyn will do that. But let's just see here, guys, what the conclusion will be for this video. Okay, we won't skip anything here.
For everybody, the left, the right. And I think it's going to be good. And I think it's going to really shake up social media.
Yeah, good, good.
You look at Mark Zuckerberg. It was reported last week he lost like $100 million or $100 billion, whatever it was, in value of Meta, because he's been so far left for so long.
Really?
And a voice for the left that people are leaving and going someplace else.
Yeah, Facebook is just gonna continue going down, 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 guys. And I'll tell you why. I'm gonna tell you exactly why that is. Because the world, especially Europe, are shifting right now. I mean, you can kind of feel the tension in the air, so to speak. So more and more people are gonna go to the right than the left, because people are tired of hearing that they are for free speech and they are like this including group, when it's total bullshit. It's bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
So this is going to take some time to figure out exactly how it's going to work out. But I think it's going to be very good in the long run for social media.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. And I think Elon Musk, you know, he's proven himself to be a genius who likes to challenge orthodoxy in terms of how we think, whether it's electric cars, whether it's SpaceX, his extraordinary space company, which does all these Starlink satellites as well, you know, and now this. I think he's the right guy because, as I keep trying to explain to people, he's not even someone who identifies as right-wing or conservative. You know, he's a Bernie Sanders fan. He's spent most of his life actually positioning himself politically to the left. And yet it's the people on the left who have gone so far left, in my opinion, that
I would not say that Elon Musk has positioned himself to the left. I would rather say that he has positioned himself to the liberals. To the liberal way of thinking, and that's not necessarily left.
It makes people who are on the centre, or maybe even slightly centre-right, look like they're far-right by comparison. That's been the problem. Yeah.
Good one, Piers. Yeah.
No, Elon Musk, I think, is going to be very good for Twitter. I have met him on a couple of occasions. Actually, I'm into aviation, and I got a private tour of SpaceX, where they down at Hawthorne, where they build the rockets. And he gave me an hour tour. We sat in his office. He was wonderful. And I think he is a big thinker. I mean, when you say you're going to start SpaceX, a space company, and you're going up, you know, against NASA, that takes a lot, you know?
I mean, he's so humble. I really like his posture. I mean, all of the things that he kind of carry around him in some sort. And I'm also gonna have to say that I was probably wrong about Caitlyn Jenner here now, but I mean, Caitlyn is not saying what I think that I thought she would, which is great. But we'll still have to see if she's gonna come down on Musk or not.
Take some pretty big ones there, and I think he's going to do the same thing here. The first thing he's starting up with is he's going to make it a subscription, where he has Twitter Blue. I think one of the reasons why when he first got in and started looking into Twitter, he saw that there were so many accounts that you
Boss.
couldn't verify. And he wants to be able to verify it. So he's going to put up for $19.95, you can get a verified account on Twitter Blue. And I think that's going to be very good. You're going to get rid of a lot of the junk that's out there.
True, but you're also going to get rid of all the people that cannot even afford $20 a month. Oh, what are you saying, Migler? Everyone has $20. Yeah, perhaps, but maybe not for a verification blue mark on Twitter. That's a big difference between having the money and wanting to spend it on something like this. Oh, but you don't have to have the blue mark now, but you will be taken much more seriously if you have, okay? So you're going to have one group of people that is going to be verified. And then you're going to have one group of people that's not going to be verified. Who are you going to trust the most? The one who paid $20 a month to be verified, right? I would.
He's immediately started firing all the top executives. In fact, I think it was today he completely fired the entire board of Twitter, bringing his people in. Actually, he's bringing in a lot of technical people from Tesla. And he's going to shake this thing up. I think it's going to be so interesting to watch. And I think it's going to be nothing but good. You know, I've been on Twitter. I've been shadow banned. In fact, interesting, I was shadow banned the day it was announced that I joined Fox News as a contributor. I immediately got shadow banned.
It's funny you say that, Caitlyn, because...
Okay, I was totally wrong about Caitlyn Jenner, and I'm so happy that I'm wrong. I'm so fucking happy that I was wrong. I mean, I went off to a rough start here, but guys, seriously, I'm getting more and more soft right now because this is great.
Oddly, I'd noticed over the last few months my Twitter following number had gone down quite slowly but steadily for months and months and months. I was losing followers. But in the last 2 weeks, since it looked like Elon Musk was basically going to be taking it over, I've suddenly gained all the followers I lost in 2 weeks. Now, it might be coincidence. It might be, I don't know, they were taking away bots or something like that. Or it might just be that from the moment it looked like Elon Musk was actually going to run Twitter, a lot of the people doing this kind of shadow banning, which for people who don't know, they put stuff in the technology which basically reduces the visibility of people they perceive to be conservative or maybe anti-woke or whatever it may be. Certainly in my case, it would be anti-woke, not conservative. But I smell a rat here. And I think you probably have experienced similar stuff, right?
Guys, this is great information right here. I mean, they are talking openly about this on Piers Morgan Uncensored with Caitlyn Jenner. That's fantastic. This is by far the best interview I've seen in a couple of weeks.
Experience the same thing.
Let's just see how this goes, guys.
You know, here's a little trivia. I broke a Guinness Book of World Records on Twitter. When I came out, and I was not on Twitter, when I came out and was on the cover of Vanity Fair. I immediately, when that came out, I immediately opened up my Twitter account. And I broke the world record set a Guinness Book of World Records for the fastest to 1 million followers.
Wow. No idea.
Barack Obama had it at 5 hours and like 20 minutes. I did it in 4 hours and 2 minutes.
Great.
From 0 to 1 million.
I would expect,
black inside my
I would
house for
expect
that.
nothing else from an Olympian gold medal champion.
Indeed, yeah.
Yes, and so,
that's true.
I've been with Twitter for a very long time, and yes, I've been shadow banned. I have also noticed in the last couple of weeks, things have started to change. Your amount of engagements is going up. I think I think this is going to be good, not just for Twitter, but
if you were Elon Musk,
social media.
Okay.
Yeah, but no. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's straighten one thing out here, okay, shall we, guys? Yes, the engagement might go up, but that really also depends on what type of content you make. For example, for a Twitch streamer or a YouTuber that's have a small channel, or someone who's trying to break in the market with makeup, I mean, you might not see any engagement at all. So because people tend to not be as interested in small creators, so to speak, creators. But of course, when an Olympian gold medal person like Caitlyn Jenner comes on Twitter, of course, people are going to be more active on that channel. That's not strange to you. I think that this conclusion that Caitlyn makes here is not necessarily right. I mean, it can be, of course, but I mean, that would be far-fetched, I think.
If you were Elon and you're looking at all the problems of Twitter, and I think we all know what they are. There are way too many anonymous bots, and they can influence, I think, political issues in a manipulative way, which could potentially then manipulate votes and therefore elections. I think that remains a big concern.
Of course.
Also, the amount of abuse, racism, harassment, death threats, and so on, is still
pornography.
There. I see it, every now and again, rear its ugly head.
Yeah.
Lots of pornography too.
Where for you, where is the line? So it's a very interesting debate, this, about where the line is for free speech. Where is free speech? And where for you, who's been on the subject of a lot of abuse and trolling, where for you is the line that gets crossed?
That's an easy question.
Well, first of all, I think that's in Elon Musk's hands right now, and the people that he brings in. He has to bring in some really good, competent people to be able to run Twitter. Because obviously, hate speech shouldn't be anywhere.
Of course.
It shouldn't be online. It shouldn't be anywhere. And there is that fine line between hate speech and something that's either true or maybe not quite as true. It's almost like, for me, it's almost like I get a lot of jokes about me. I've been roasted and this and everything. And there is that fine line between a funny joke that is really true, and a funny joke that is like hateful.
Okay, that's not necessarily true at all, because free speech, when free speech go over from free speech to hate speech, it is when you actually attack a certain group of people or a certain person, or you actually break the law by saying something that is hateful or in any way coming down hard on a particular group of people and putting them in danger, or that sort of comments. That would be the difference between free speech and hate speech. I mean, obviously I can elaborate on this, but it would take too much time, so I won't do that. But I think that you know what I'm talking about here, guys.
To me, I don't want hateful jokes against me. I want funny jokes against me. And you can use me, and I love as good a laugh as anybody. But it's going to be the same thing with Twitter.
That's a big difference.
Where is that fine line? And I think that he's going to have very competent people in there to be able to find out where that fine line is.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned comedy, because he actually tweeted, "Comedy is legal again."
Oh, yeah.
And I responded by tweeting back 2 laughing emojis and a thumbs up.
3.
Which he then
3 laughing emojis and a thumbs up.
Then liked very quickly. And being liked by Elon Musk on Twitter at the moment is a bit like getting a papal blessing from the Pope if you're a Catholic. It's like the ultimate validation. And it shows, of course, his own incredible engagement in Twitter. I mean, he's all over it. He reads everything. He sees everything. He's firing out tweets left, right, and centre.
Does. I don't know how he does it. The guy's got a million things going on in his life.
He's got bipolar disorder, and also he's got ADHD, I believe. And also he's an entrepreneur, and he sorts out the boring stuff, and he almost only focuses on the fun stuff that he wants to do. That's how you create an atmosphere around you of success, and that's also how you make time, how you, free up time to make things that you actually want to do in life.
He's sending rockets up to space. He's, developing the electric car, which nobody said they could really do and do it right. And he did, and still Tesla's the best
satellite over
Ukraine.
Market.
SpaceX is just killing. The only way any astronauts can get to the space station is now SpaceX. NASA doesn't have any way to get him there.
Right.
So he's done an amazing job, and I think he'll do the same thing with Twitter. It's going to take a little time to work it out.
Yeah.
But I think Elon Musk is really good at getting good people in the right place.
Yeah, I agree.
And if they're not working out, he's not afraid to fire somebody.
No, I agree.
If
what would
he gets
you do?
The right people in place.
But he said today, if he had I think he had a dime or $1 for everyone who's asked him what he's going to do about Donald Trump, he'd be very rich, which of course he's already very rich.
He's already very rich.
$25 billion. But what would you do about Donald Trump? Would you let him back on the platform?
Of course, let him back in.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Why? It's a free speech platform now. Of course I would. Of course I would. You know what? It's interesting how the left is already starting to come after him. Just what was it? Just today, of course, a Senator Chris Murphy a Democrat from Connecticut, okay, on this Monday, said that they have to review Twitter because for the Committee of Foreign Investment. Why?
Yeah.
Because the Saudis, a lot of people don't know this, the Saudis have been big investors in Twitter for many, many years.
The Saudis have big investments and investors everywhere in like every part of the world. That's no news. That's not news.
I think they hold about $1.89 billion in investment in Twitter. Most people don't know that. But now all of a sudden, the left's going to come after and say, hey, we have to check out these investments. Saudi Arabia's been around for a long time with Twitter. They're the number 2 stockholder behind Elon Musk. But the left's going to take their shots. I think Elon Musk is a very sharp guy.
I mean, my argument about Trump has been, from the start of this, is if you're going to ban Donald Trump, you can't then allow, as they've allowed, Vladimir Putin to retain his Twitter account, Taliban leaders, the supreme leader of Iran. There's no consistency there.
Right.
You know, you cannot allow people like that to have accounts and say...
Yeah, but that's just because he has a bigger influence in the United States. And as they want the leftists to win every election in the United States, they're banning Trump so that he doesn't get a platform to actually win the election and let the right wing win the elections. That's why they do this. Of course it is. The Western world does this with everything that they don't think is left, to the left, so to speak. And I'm not talking about liberal values right now. I'm talking about the leftist values. And there are a big, huge difference. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean, right?
Say Donald Trump should be banned, in my opinion. It's not a question of being right or left or any of these things. It's a question of balance and consistency. And I do think the one thing Elon Musk is going to do, he's going to bring in a kind of a group of people from all walks of life, all political persuasions. Yeah. And they're going to be the ones who form a consensus about who should be banned. Because there are some people who I think probably should be banned. You know, if you're going to be spewing, you know, racism or stuff which endangers people's lives, I would say Alex Jones, for example, would be one example to me where by spewing his lies about Sandy Hook and imperiling the lives of relatives of the poor kids who died, I don't think he should have a platform.
The conspiracies guy,
to do that and endanger their lives. But so I think there is a line, and I think he's going to get there with a group of people which will be far more rounded politically, probably, than the current leadership group at Twitter.
No, I totally agree with you. I think, again, Elon Musk is very good at picking the right people to go to the right places. Hate speech on Twitter should not be there.
I agree on that one. Yeah, of course.
Maybe a different...
Hate speech should never get a platform. I don't think so. I genuinely don't think that it should have a platform at all. But free speech should have every platform available to them, always. That's the only way also to achieve real and authentic democracy.
Point of view, that can be there, you know, for the first time. Because the problem with Twitter is that they have been just, you know, for the left. And they ban people who's on the right. Like in my case, shadow ban. I'm a conservative, love this country. They will do...
God damn, I was so wrong about Caitlyn Jenner. I mean, what did I ever got those notions from that she was a bad person? I
do everything to limit my speech, okay? But that doesn't happen on the left. I mean, they just totally let it go. I think what now, with Elon Musk taking over, it's going to be much more well-balanced as far as who's on Twitter and who's saying what.
I've got to ask you, I know you don't want to talk about this in any depth. I completely understand why, because you have obviously a personal connection here. But Kanye, you know, Ye West, who I interviewed last week actually in the US, you know, there's a big debate about whether he should be given social media platforms now. So setting aside the fact you obviously know him through the family, what's your view? What's your view about what he said and whether he should have a platform?
First of all, any anti-Semitic remarks should be totally condemned by everybody,
Absolutely.
no matter if it's on Twitter or wherever it is.
No matter who it is.
So that's where I stand as far as, that type of speech shouldn't be around.
Yeah. To me, that is a line that if that gets crossed, that should be it.
Well said, Caitlyn.
Caitlyn,
Well
it's great
said.
to talk to you.